And welcome back to the show. Seasons Kosher Supermarkets will soon serve as the hub for the New York City metropolitan area's kosher for Passover needs. Now, Seasons is the kosher supermarket, which has something for every family. The supermarket offers delivery services from their 6 locations dedicated to driving value through providing an elevated experience with competitively priced goods as well as services. Here now to share more is the Vice President of Operations at Seasons Kosher Supermarket, Mayor Gold. And Mayor, good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And it's got to be a good time of the year for you in terms of getting ready for the season of Passover. Last year, of course, a lot of us adversely affected by the pandemic, but this year, a little less on the restriction. We'll be definitely celebrating Passover. Talk to us about your anticipation.
Okay, so like you mentioned, the pandemic was last year. It was a little bit crazy going on over here. It was just the onset when it hit the New York area, and sort of like no one really knew what was going on. It took a while. We figured it out. People that intended to go away for the holidays ended up staying home. People that planned on staying home ended up going away. To other people, maybe they couldn't get food or couldn't. It was just crazy. This year, thankfully things are more stable. Although we're still in the pandemic, but things are definitely more stable than last year. The flow of product is better than it was last year, and we're geared up. We have all our stores are fully loaded with product, Passover product, to sell fresh product, groceries, meats, prepared foods, and we're ready to service our clientele.
Yeah. Do you sense a little bit more excitement on the part of the public now that it seems as though like we're on the other side?
Definitely. In the height of the pandemic, our online sales just skyrocketed, and we were just filling orders all day long, all day and all night. We have essential workers here, and everyone, great teams of people in all our stores came in, to pull their weight. And certainly people are coming back into the stores. Besides ordering online, they're coming in and definitely ordering more. There's still a lot of question marks. Certain communities are still, on semi-lockdown or not fully open yet. But as it opens up more, people come out more.
Yeah. And so for us who may not be so familiar with your store, people don't know you've got a lot of great line of Jewish and also gluten-free products. Talk to us about what's available for your customers.
Okay, so we're a full-service supermarket, and our stores range in size from 15 to 55,000 square feet, and full service meaning produce, organic produce, fresh meats and poultry, seafood, bakery, prepared foods, groceries. And interestingly enough, Passover, because of the dietary restrictions of the Passover rules, it's a gluten-free person's holiday that they love, and some people stock up Passover time for the whole year on certain products that are available for Passover and not necessarily available the rest of the year. On Passover, many wheat products we don't eat. So people that have wheat allergies will stock up on, matzah crackers and cereals and many ingredients that they would cook with the whole year, that they have imitation products for Passover, like soy sauce and other types of sauces that they may not be able to get the rest of the year. They will stock up for Passover. So it just, we're very excited to offer this to everybody. Cakes, desserts, everything.
Speaking of stocking up, obviously during the COVID-19 pandemic, we're almost a year in. And this time last year, we know that many of us were forced to actually stay behind closed doors, not come out. How did that actually affect the business of the supermarket, being that in some cases people did come out and in a lot of cases others elected to stay home?
Right. So that's an interesting point. It was sort of like every day a different thing was going on, depending on what the restrictions were that day or which areas we serviced. We have stores in New York and New Jersey. So depending on the stores, we had a limited amount of people coming into the store at any given time. We had some of our own employees, unfortunately, got sick, and they were out like the rest of the population. And it was just juggling. And then you had the chain of products coming in. Supply chain was cut down, and it was hard to get certain products. And there was a run on toilet paper, and then you had toilet paper for a week, and then you were out of stock for a week. And you sort of just made do. And thankfully, like I say, we have a very good team in all our stores who really were dedicated, to getting servicing our customers as best we possibly can. And we pulled through. And thankfully, we're on the other side of it now.
Yeah. And deliveries are still huge, I take it, because as we're still in a place where people are being vaccinated and others are still electing to stay home because New York is so densely populated. New Jersey is so densely populated. A lot of people are relying on deliveries. How are things working with you as far as deliveries are concerned?
So deliveries are still very, very strong. We increased our fleet by like 25% in the last few months, getting additional vans, additional labor, additional shoppers, pickers, shop the orders, get them out there. We've upped our website, seasonskosher.com, to be able to handle more and more capacity as necessary. And like you mentioned, certain areas they're coming out, and certain areas, people would prefer to stay home, and we're here to service everybody. We have a diverse, and we have our own vans that go out, every day to all the neighbors that we serve. And because we have 6 locations, we serve, a good chunk of the tri-state area is served by our stores.
Yeah. Everybody's been affected by this in one way or the other. From your perspective, can you share with our viewers a little bit from a supermarket and running a supermarket? What has been some of the biggest challenges you've had to face in these times?
So part of the biggest challenge we've had is that we're also human, and supermarket operators are also human, also have families, need to stay home to take care of their children or their spouse or an elderly relative. And at the same time that we don't have the luxury of working from home. We have to go into work every single day. So that was definitely a big challenge, going back, 12 months ago during the height of the pandemic. That was definitely a big challenge when, employees are calling out sick and you still need to run the store. And people want to shop, but you need to limit the hours or limit the amount of people in there. So you're trying to balance between servicing our customer business and keeping our customers healthy and our employees healthy. It's a very, very difficult balance. But like I said, we pulled through, and here we are today, and we'd like to go forward. So even today, we have to have social distancing in all the stores, and lines and masks and gloves and everything else that we do, cleaning down the stores on a regular basis, sanitizing it, shopping carts. There's things that have definitely changed, and that change has stayed on. Even though we may be open for business, behind the scenes, definitely things are going on that we didn't do necessarily 2 years ago.
Yeah, here we are in the early part of spring. People are setting their sights on spring, summer. Are you optimistic?
Yeah, we're very optimistic. People are very excited to get out there. We know that you could tell the weather from running a supermarket, because if it's a beautiful day outside, people are not shopping. They're either shopping online or they're not shopping at all. They're taking the kids to the park. You have a gorgeous Sunday weather, like last Sunday was beautiful weather. Everyone stays out. Everyone goes outside, and they just shop on Monday. So certainly the weather determines the shopping pattern. But like Passover is coming up now, the end of this week, people have no choice but to shop. So they may push it off a day or two because the weather's nice, but then they have no choice but to come in and shop or place their orders online. So yes, everyone has to eat.
Yeah. And 'tis the season for Passover. Mayor Gold, thank you so much for being with us here on Open. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, listen, if you want more information, don't forget to visit the website at seasonskosher.com. We do have more show coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this.